fear to go into those mines. The dwarves delved too greedily and too deep. You know what they awoke in the darkness of Khazad-dûm. Shadow and flame.
What is this new devilry?
A balrog, a demon of the ancient world.
This foe is beyond any.
Lead them on, Aragon. The bridge is near. Do as I say! Fears are of no more use here!
Over the bridge! High!
I am a servant of the secret Vaka, wielder of the handle of Tito!
Dark fire will not avail you, flame of Udun! Go back to the shadow!
You shall not drink! Drink, you fools!
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Founded by men of the
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have a liftoff.
What's up, Hobbit Nation? You were listening to the Two Doomed Hobbit podcast. As always, your host, Frodo and Sam, and we are live in the shack in the Shire, and it's our Halloween special. What's up, everybody?
Pull that off pretty well, Frodo.
Yeah.
What up?
Frodo and Sam.
So we got Lord Aragon, a.k.a. King of the Trash
The
Realm.
king of the trash realm returns.
Mr. Kriz. We got Big Mark in the park as an excellent Gimli. We got B-Man as Lost Legos. And then from a movie or a show or something
It's a
I've never
movie.
seen.
It's a movie.
We got Danny
Midsummer.
and Shayne. What are you guys?
I am the May Queen, and he
May
is my
Queen.
sacrifice.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a real
We'll
situation.
talk about
We'll
that.
get into
movie.
it.
That
Yep.
is,
Some kinky shit.
And then we got Sam and Frodo. We're going.
Yeah.
We're not going to the. We're not going to Mount Doom. We're going to Mount Molly.
Mount Molly Darcy's. Here we are. That was a lot of work. I hope everybody enjoyed our skit there that we just spent like a whole hour recording, and now we are sweating our balls off.
Amazingly, at the end of October, I started the day at the beach, and here we are at night, and it is still hot out.
Yeah, 80 degrees, but we're back. We're ready.
And
to
we're
go.
drinking juice that makes you. This chills the bones, right?
Yeah, whiskey. I'm still going with the beer, man. It's way too hot for whiskey and Tito's.
Exactly.
And all that shit.
I've had way too many beers. I need just to quicken a little bit, so I switched.
You guys need to go drink for drink as you're killing orcs.
Oh, we usually do. I mean,
Yeah, we've been doing that, but
nothing to cheers on.
yeah, I just finished my drinks.
guy.
Well, actually, no, yeah,
He can't hold his liquor.
there you go.
So, what are we talking about today?
I don't
What's-
know. I have no plans. Yeah.
Do I assume Israel and World War III,
No,
or
yeah.
can we
Oh,
not
God, please,
talk
no.
about that, please?
Nope.
We're gonna
Please,
skip
God,
that.
no.
Oh, what do you guys
All
want?
right, yeah, where are we
talk
starting?
about Lord of the Rings, maybe.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe why? Why?
Well,
would
you know what?
fit this,
Here.
right? Well, it's the affinity here with Lord of the Rings, right?
Well, I mean, just the group loves it, but some people put some solid work into their costumes. Should Mark, you want to explain what you went through to,
can
to
explain,
look
yeah.
like this?
I went through about a week of just non-stop working on this shit. I am fucking exhausted, but I think it came pretty good. This was an army helmet. I covered it in leather. It's a lot of foam action, a lot of leather work. The wife even got in on the work. It was crazy.
You look pretty
stressful,
good
but
for
it
Gimli.
came out pretty good. And Grandma sewed this whole thing.
Yeah, that is
Good old
amazing.
Granny.
Pretty
Go,
official.
Grandma.
Yep.
Not bad.
Yeah.
And then that's your costume from the Trash Realm.
Well, yeah. Well, I added this,
Key.
and then the Versace glasses came with the
Well, of
outfit.
course.
too.
I mean, I remember him wearing those
But
vividly in the
he
movie.
was like,
He's the king
"Listen,
now.
I want you to be Aragorn, but I want you to be the king of the trash realm."
yeah.
So I was like, "Fuck it, we're gonna mix it up."
I like how even your crown is on backwards, like it's a backwards
Is
fitting.
it backwards?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Well, he's been running Minas Tirith, so
There we go.
he needs to recharge.
King of the trash realm.
Don't matter. I wanted to put fucking like newspapers and fucking McDonald's fucking like packets on my sheet and just walk it like just a
Banana
whole shit ton
peels.
of garbage. I didn't have enough time.
You'll
But-
probably be waking up on this table later like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
1,000%. Yeah. With trash all over me, Because hey, listen,
Yeah, can somebody grab me a new beer? I'm drinking a fucking glow stick beer
talk
still.
about
The glow stick beer.
Yeah.
God, you saved the world, and he's drinking warm glow stick beer.
Yeah.
Give me-
Not yet. He didn't save the world yet.
Oh, he did.
No.
Oh, I thought he did.
You heard? Move up the world.
So that was fun. I was. I thank you guys for putting up with. Was that an hour of like 33 individual little tiny scenes
Well, it was all
that
Gandalf.
we.
It was all
It was, yeah. Shout out to Gandalf. Unfortunately, he fell. So
Yeah, where is he right now? I mean, he's.
Well, on the
could be
fifth day, we
anywhere,
look to
right?
the east.
On the fifth day?
Yeah.
At dawn, we'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's usually
Fair
what
enough,
happens.
Fair enough.
it was one of my favorite things about Gandalf in the movie. That was like his. Mark, me and you have talked about that before. Gandalf's like theme was that he always shows up exactly when he needs to,
Right.
and like every time there was a battle or a thing happening, Gandalf appeared at the right moment every time and like bailed everybody
He
out or
always
saved
comes
them.
in, which is why he's so upset when Saruman captures him. He says, never has this happened that Gandalf,
I was
broke
delayed.
faith. I was delayed. Yeah.
Yeah,
I only
question for you
just
guys.
watched Lord of the Rings for the first time,
I know,
2
yeah.
weeks
We're
ago.
halfway. We're halfway through the second movie.
Okay.
I wouldn't even say that. I fell asleep within like 30
Yeah, so we're gonna have to
minutes.
rewatch
Understandable.
Two Towers.
Wake up!
I
Literally.
discovered I need snacks while watching the movie. That keeps me
Did you
awake.
just find it boring, or?
No, my body just will not allow me to watch it.
Yeah,
Literally,
but like you
I
watch
no,
something else.
Like I want to watch it,
Anybody have a lighter?
Every
Let's just
time,
set her on fire.
every
Yeah,
time
literally.
he puts it on, I'm out in the
Her
first
instead
15
of the
I
minutes.
wish.
Little
But then we
Denethor
watched
action.
it this time. I had snacks throughout the whole movie. I didn't
Try
fall
that,
asleep.
But she watched The Hobbit, no problem, all 3 movies.
Okay.
Like when we started dating.
And we had just started dating.
Putting up,
So-
she's putting up with your bullshit.
It seems how,
Did anybody watch the movies in the theater?
hell yeah.
When they first came out, yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
I still remember the Fellowship, man.
Yes, I went with my father to see him. I
yeah.
remember, yeah.
So my dad is a huge Lord of the Rings. You can ask him. These guys go toe to toe with each other. Loves Lord of the Rings. Has them in
Hours of
leatherbound books.
conversation, yeah.
Yep, he's read the Silmarillion, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know. Trash
It's a
film.
Silmarillion.
But yeah, he's read The Hobbit. Knows the lore, and they talk about it all the time. Every time they meet up with each other. But man, literally the best trilogy.
One of
Hands
them.
down.
One of them.
What would you say? It would be like the.
I'm a Star Wars guy. I always have been.
Yeah,
through
but Star
and
Wars is
through.
not really trilogy, right?
Yeah, it is. The first 3 is a trilogy.
Well, the first
three.
Yeah.
But then you have Phantom Menace that kind of throws it out the window, right?
Okay, but you have The Hobbit, so.
Nah, true story.
Before
That's facts,
before
yeah.
they fucked it up.
Yeah.
Regardless,
I
both
thought that-
works
I
are
thought-
amazing. There's a culture behind it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's true.
it influences so
I
many
thought The
people.
Hobbit was good.
And everything.
I enjoyed The Hobbit greatly.
I read the books, but I read the book, but
I thought The Hobbit was okay, and The Rings of Power now makes The Hobbit look like a Golden Globe Emmy. At least in my opinion, it looks so much better.
you don't like? Oh,
No,
we had
but
this
The Hobbit
conversation, I
looks
remember
much
that. Yeah,
better
yeah,
now
yeah.
compared to what they did in The Rings of Power.
What I will give the
anything
Rings of Power.
Peter Jackson touches is just better because it feels
The-
it has his vibe in it.
Yeah.
You know,
The Rings of Power looks really good though. Like
It
I'm
looks
talking about
good.
visually.
Looks great.
Trash.
Visually, I
give it
mean, if
that.
they had better writing that made sense, I don't know like deep lore of Lord of the Rings, but it looks great.
Maybe
Well,
not.
there
For
was
$1 billion, it should
there was a
look great.
decent amount of things they couldn't do because they didn't have rights to it, like who they revealed Sauron to be in the book in the Silmarillion as a different character because they couldn't mention that character's name in the show. So I'll give them a little bit of
I'm not giving
yeah.
You don't.
But
you
they
don't, you
coulda-
don't make it then.
For $1 billion, you figure it out.
But I agree with you. You don't make it. You figure it out. You don't make it. I agree with that.
I
but-
found out that Sauron isn't just an eyeball.
and he's not just from the Lego Movie.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Kind of shocking news, huh?
Dude, we literally watched the
Whoa.
movie and I was like, wait, he was a person before he was an eye, and he was like, he's not, technically not an eye, and I was like, that's an eyeball, but okay.
It's a good story. It really is a great story. And the fact that they have their own language within the story.
Tolkien was a huge linguist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
one of the
impressive.
best. I mean, if you really go back and you dive into it, I listen. Give him a shout out. Nerd of the Rings on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing the dishes at home. I'm putting on Nerd of the Rings,
Yeah.
and I'm learning things that I'm like, this world never stops growing. It's almost like the universe. It's still expanding. The guy's gone, and it's like
It's
still
a.
expanding. It's incredible.
It's
That's
a,
me with Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter is similar. The Lord of the Rings, though, Harry Potter took from Lord of the Rings. Though.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is an old story, and it's
You guys
timeless,
ever
too.
watched
Like,
that
it's-
old cartoon?
Yeah,
It was like
I
from
have.
the 70s, right?
Babies.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Pretty funky, yeah. Very dated, very like.
Yeah,
"Ooh,
that doesn't
works, but-
hold
but it's
up.
kinda, yeah.
That doesn't really hold up. But like
Yeah.
the trilogy of the movies, especially the original ones, they hold up flawlessly.
Oh, yeah. Incredible.
100
20
years, those
years
will still
later.
be watchable.
But overall,
Was
in
it 20?
general, overall in
It's over
general,
20
20,
now.
yeah.
in general though, the story itself just holds up. Like it's still like that could be watched 500 years in the future from now, or read, and it would be like it would resonate with
There's
people.
so many poignant themes that apply to so many different eras, so many different. It's so overarching.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is the whole main theme of the movie? Right? Is that
Friendship.
friendship, and
Good
small
versus
acts of
evil.
kindness
versus
can
evil.
trample.
And
you know,
second breakfast.
And
bringing many races together to accomplish one goal and
potatoes.
be successful. And
What do you
potatoes.
think would be the future of Lord of the Rings? Do you think there'll be like a spin-off section, or they'll try to recreate something as if like
You know what would be, and not just because he's my character, but at the very end, Frodo is done writing his book, and Sam's like, "Oh, you finished writing Lord of the Rings," and he says, "I'm leaving the last few pages for you." Perfect place to like pick up like what
Sam?
goes on in the
Interesting.
future. Yeah.
So
Maybe,
can I
maybe
ask
his
you guys a
daughter,
question?
because he
Rose
did
and
have a
Van.
daughter with that chick that he fell in love with.
So at the end of the third film, right? You know how like Frodo leaves and goes to where does Frodo really go?
The Undying Land.
The Undying Land, right?
To heaven.
So okay, so
yeah,
all right.
basically.
Yeah, all right. So but he's still alive in a sense, right? So
Well, let's
They live forever.
let's
they
debate
live
that
forever,
quick.
right?
You're saying in the very end when
Go
they
ahead.
rode with Bilbo?
No.
Yeah, no, I was reading about this just a couple days ago. Apparently, when you go to Valinor, the Undying Lands, you still die. All right. Has anyone heard about
I've
this?
never looked that deeply.
Yeah. So
into
I
it.
Nerded the Rings,
Yeah.
got into
There
it,
you go. Love it.
sitting around, and he's like, "Yeah, no, you go there. I could be wrong. So if anyone really knows this, they're gonna kill us. But they're like, yes, you go there, but you die. So like, but you're at peace. Could
Okay.
be totally wrong. I don't know.
What but do the elves die there? Maybe like all the other mortal beings.
I read
will still
something that
die.
eventually an elf's body just becomes like this spirit that just travels Earth, but they lose their physical form.
Okay.
Like in
like
I don't know how
like
long.
Sauron did. in a
thousands
sense.
of
Yeah.
years time.
Like
yeah.
they did it yesterday.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
From Lord of the Rings till now.
yeah,
Yeah.
till now.
So with that said, he has to travel to that place, right? So he's traveling with other elves.
Yeah, but that's like the land.
Well,
of
you
the
think an
gods,
adventure
though.
goes on there?
No, I'm just saying that you can break off in that travel to the place
I think if
and
any,
then branch off to a different direction.
And have another
I'm
story
just saying,
before you die?
yeah, just to
Yeah.
add to it. Who knows? Like you can. That's what they do with the Marvel series. They just branch off to any
Yeah.
little
but-
segment where they can be.
But look at where that is now, dude. The Marvel series is
Well,
so hard
Loki's
to follow.
good.
and
Loki's the only
Loki's
one that's
really
carrying
good.
it
It's
right
good, but
now.
it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I get what you're saying.
It's confusing. It's getting crazy.
Yeah.
You know.
They saturated the market. They fucked themselves.
But-
War all-time peak. Just want to get
Let's
that out
let's
there.
stick with things that we like at this point. Though.
Yeah.
Let's stay in the Lord of the Rings
Beer- oh, okay.
universe. Yeah.
Beer,
And
booze.
Whiskey,
As much as I would love Lord of the Rings to go on forever and everything, explore more of the world, they're just gonna kill it, like Star Wars almost. Like what was it, Mandalorian season 3? They put fucking Lizzo. What? I'm gonna have Lizzo as an elf or something.
Really in it?
Well,
I'm
yeah,
dead
I'm
ass.
not up- I'm not up
Lizzo's
to- I'm not up
Lizzo's
to-
in
well,
Mandalorian.
to be fair,
know.
Lizzo was partnered with Jack Black, so it kind of offsets Lizzo's appearance. Because Jack Black is the goat, my
Jack
brother.
Black
he is
in
the
it
goat.
also? He's in the new season.
dead.
No, Jack Black is the king, and then Lizzo's the queen.
In the new season.
In Mandalorian,
Third season
it's
of
the-
Mandalorian.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
I
Yeah.
thought it kind of worked.
Ashoka's really good.
all the way down.
Ahsoka's really
so
good.
loud,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Daddy, you're coming
You're-
through
yeah.
just like a sonic boom.
Yeah.
Really?
Say something. Let's see. Let me fix that.
Scream
real
as
quick.
loud as you can. Deathcore.
Yeah.
No, say something.
Testing. 1, 2. Wow, that sounds pretty.
I heard that.
Testing.
in the
Yeah,
I can hear that through the headphones.
dude.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
I found you now.
I mean, we never did a sound check.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
No, we fucking did it live,
Hey,
baby.
we're
Did it.
flying off the seats of our pants. It's okay.
Yes.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
too hot in here. Too much going on.
Very hot.
Yeah.
Very
I
hot.
feel on this bear.
What do you want to do with him?
The sacrifices.
I don't know. Maybe we just lay him out on the table or something. We're kind of out of space in here. So
We do have Gandalf. We want to get him on camera.
Well, I guess has he finished fighting the Balrog?
Yes.
yet?
Yeah.
I think that's the question.
Well, he is now Gandalf the White.
someone
Did he
want
win?
to swap out with him real quick?
Yeah, that's all fun.
Yeah.
Too far for me to move. Otherwise, I gladly would.
Exactly.
How you doing there, Gandalf?
Gandalf.
This
fresh-
costume is
It
just.
cannot be. A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He shows up precisely when he means.
How do you feel after?
So I have a
killing
couple of things to
killing a
add
pretty
in
hard,
here that
enemy.
I heard from Baldur, Depths of Hell. Shayne
Baldur's?
pointing on how she can't watch Lord of the Rings without snacks. In Middle Earth, we call that diabetes. Then,
That's a new one.
what are they going to do with Lord of the Rings? They're filming a new movie already.
That's right.
It's
What?
called Lord of the Rohirrians. It's
No.
well, that's not the name.
There's
but-
there's an animated film about Rohan coming out.
No, it's not animated.
There is. But there's separately they're
Right.
they're starting to get
Fury,
the gears
right.
churning
So
for a new movie.
they're gonna
I was
go-
making the point that
it's gonna be a story of what's the guy's name? The older guy who got killed, the girl who killed Sauron.
Theoden.
Theoden.
Yeah.
It's gonna be him in his prime
Okay.
fighting,
Okay.
and it's gonna be a real movie. It's not just an animated movie.
Interesting.
They already talked about it, and he signed on for it.
I remember this. I think this is New Line Cinema or 20th Century Fox, who did the original movies with Jackson. They picked this up after the Rings of Power completed. And I was trying to make the point to a couple people. I'm like, that's how bad the Rings of Power was. That 20th Century Fox was like, we could fucking capitalize off of how bad this just was, and we could be like, we're the real Lord of the Rings successor, because they are.
Right.
And that other stuff you saw on Amazon is trash.
All right.
Don't come. I'm just saying though.
Yeah, no,
it's a little
100%.
competition within the
Let's
universe
get real
itself.
though.
That's good.
Money
The
makers.
competition is going to breed
Yeah.
something.
Let's
right?
get real about money makers,
opposed to
right?
nothing.
Spider-Man 2, PS5, $1 billion, right?
The game.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings. The PS2 Two Towers game.
Oh, those are great. Those were
best
great.
video game I ever played.
Those are so underrated.
Why not come out
When you were
with
the Ranger, right?
with a Hobbit version or a new Lord of the Rings game 1 to game 3, Two Towers, Fellowship,
Just
Return of the
updated?
King,
Yeah.
single player. You get to choose who you're gonna be from the start. And
Dude, Orlando Bloom's still pretty young.
You guys want ice?
Just like GTA, you could switch
Alright.
between Aragon,
just released
Legolas,
the Hobbit.
Gimli.
Yeah.
The Gollum game was
Yeah, and it
trash.
flopped. It
Yeah,
flopped so bad.
because who wants to play as Gollum?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Exactly.
They could have done it
Yeah.
without Gollum, be whoever, a ranger would have been so much better.
Bro,
Like Shadows
look at
of Mordor.
look at Shadow of Mordor. That was a decent game for the most part.
They were those were just
Do a
button
GTA
mashers.
style Lord of the Rings game.
That would
It wasn't
Free
like
world.
a, you know,
Yeah.
like you said, it
Or
was
like
just
a Red
a-
Dead.
it's
They
like
were-
a cell phone game.
They were button masher, like just play right through the story of the movies, and they were great. Like you know, they had the scale was pretty big. The battles were gigantic. I watch videos of them on YouTube sometimes for no reason. Like just for memories. Like, oh, this was a fucking great game. It was a game definitely ahead of its time, just how good it was. Because that was like a PlayStation 2, like Luch was saying.
I remember they were making like a RPG for Lord of the Rings, and I don't know what happened to it. Kind of faded out though, right? What happened?
They
with
did
that?
an MMO on PC.
Yeah, I remember that.
Me and my cousin had
Banged.
like a Final Fantasy like.
I fixed
Lord of the
your
Rings
sound,
game.
by the way, Danny. So bring the mic closer.
Oh, it's
just
good now.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Cocaine Bear.
Wow. Yeah, you lost it, don't you?
He said cocaine. I'm just like.
His mind went somewhere. Yeah.
His ears closed, his nostrils
There's
open.
there's a game coming out actually called the Return to Moria.
I thought you were going to say
Yeah.
Cocaine Bear.
That's
and I was
coming out
that's
like
gonna be awesome.
this month or something.
Return to Doctor's House.
And it's about Gimli going back to Moria after the movie. Yeah, it's called Lord of the Rings: Return to Moria. It's about Gimli going back to
Well,
Moria.
if anyone's gonna get
after
a
the-
spin-off,
after the-
Gimli should get one.
After the
Yeah.
story's
How about that?
over,
What
so
does
he could
Gimli
take.
do after, right? You know,
I
the-
think
you know the-
I
He
think
eats
he goes
salted
back and
pork.
he takes
He
back
goes
Moria.
back, yeah, and he resurrects it.
They
Yeah.
settle in
He
Moria.
eats salted
Oh,
pork.
I thought they go to the Glimmering Caves actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
they both visit. They go back to Lothlorien,
Yeah.
and then they go to the cave.
Yeah.
Yes. Then they go to.
He sells mithril crack now.
Oh, well, you gotta build.
There
it
is-
all over again. You
there
gotta
is,
do it
like-
Have you ever smoked mithril?
Yeah.
Something tells me you have.
There is like story that happens
different.
after the original story's over.
Yeah, the unfinished tales.
The unfinished tales
Leg-
and
Legolas never went on the boat with them at the end of Return of the King, right?
no,
He didn't, because
No,
I know an
Legolas
elf
stays.
escorted Bilbo and Frodo
Yeah.
onto the boat.
it was Elrond, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
Was
Yeah.
it Elrond?
The main guy.
Yeah, it was Elrond, Gandalf.
Yeah. Frodo went on,
Frodo.
Gandalf went on.
Legolas chills with Gimli and
Elrond.
like, repairs the relationship between.
I mean, Legolas is forever young. He's just banging
Pretty
bitches.
sure,
Yeah.
Gimli actually goes to Minas Tirith and like fixes everything.
Well,
Oh, they
Aragorn
rebuild
is
it.
the
They
king,
rebuild it. Yeah,
rebuild
I
and-
think you're right. I think
Well,
you're right.
Aragorn is king of Minas Tirith, so
Right.
Yeah.
like I guess all three of them staying together, type of thing.
I saw a great
Bits
meme
and
the
pieces,
other
I
day.
think, yeah.
There was a great meme, and it was actually the meme we shared of when they were carrying each other
Yeah.
out at the end of the day. But you know when Sam is carrying Frodo and Frodo has the
Yeah.
ring.
I peed-
It's like,
I peed during
it
that
was
scene
like-
in the
it's
movie.
like
It
this
was so
scene,
long.
It's like this scene proves that the ring doesn't understand like transience. It's like they could have taped the ring to like a fly. And then just like
Yeah,
you know, just
They
like
should-
the
they should have
meme was
taped
like
it-
whole thing would have been
yeah.
over in like
They should have taped it to
2
an
minutes.
eagle. He could have.
Yeah.
He could have dive bombed into
Yeah.
Moria and it would have been over.
And it wouldn't have corrupted whoever was
Yeah.
wearing it. Like just tape it to a fly.
Yeah.
Let the fly deal with
Yeah.
it, and they just throw the fly in.
Tape it to fucking Gandalf's
him.
staff and just let him throw it in there.
I mean, they always say that the eagles
eagle
are like
thing, yeah.
the red herring. The eagles could have just
Yeah, solve the problem from day
Yeah.
one.
But
Yeah.
there's a small
Yeah.
there's like a
He
kind
couldn't-
of an explanation.
He
why
couldn't
they
afford
put
a
it.
ticket.
They say something like the Eagles wouldn't go there until they knew.
Let's
that
also
the ring was destroyed.
let's
They
let's
knew
talk
of the
tactically,
evil there, you
and
know?
let's talk Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth tactics. That's a big risk.
Yeah.
Let's say you
That's
just
what I
give someone the ring and then
Right.
fly them with the eagle,
And they shoot the eagle out of the
Shoot
sky.
the eagle out of the
Right.
sky, or the Nazgul take them down. They get the ring. It's like
it.
it's going to be a direct confrontation. Sauron's going to see them.
You would have had
coming,
like
he's gonna
you
try and
would have
stop
had
them.
to have like Aragon on the eagle or something.
And even then, it's a risk.
Yeah.
It's a high chance of not
Scurrying
succeeding.
through the fucking
Right.
holes. And,
They
like,
decided to try and
caves.
sneak in.
It's the hardest thing.
And it
Let's
worked.
give it to a hairy foot retarded midget.
You know?
Yeah.
That's better.
Hey, fuck
Well,
it.
it was the
Fucking
most.
work,
It was the most
It's the
unlikely
last thing
hero.
that they would expect is
Yeah.
to send two hobbits, the
Yeah.
smallest race
The most
of all.
unlikeliest
Of heroes.
yeah.
I mean, hey, even the Eagles might have been able to be corrupted. Honestly.
Right,
Who
yeah,
knows?
but, yeah.
The Eagles always
Are
say
you
the
eavesdropping
Hobbit
again,
and
Samwise?
The Eagles say they don't involve themselves with the dealings of
Men and elves and
dwarves
dwarves.
Right.
and elves. They kind of keep to themselves. And they're
Better get up a
There you go.
so
Yeah, I've read about that.
But I mean, if the world's ending, you can't fucking take a flight. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Leslie,
If
hold
the
this
world
down.
was ending, you'd come over, right?
You don't want to let your mind get there because
Hold
you can
my
discredit
shaft,
any movie.
Chinese
Yeah.
Like
woman.
nowadays, like if there was a cell phone in Home Alone, there's no movie. And I'm like, yeah, sure, but I don't want to.
Then the movie don't happen.
I just
Then it
want
don't
to watch
happen.
the
Yeah.
movie. Like, don't
It's the
try to
firstborn
ruin-
chink of Middle Earth.
Within reason, that has to be. Like there could be things like that, but it has to be within reason. Like the
Sure.
Eagles thing, it's within reason. Like I don't know, you put way too big of a red herring in there. That was my problem with some of the more recent Star Wars films. It's like they're just doing things to do something. It was more of like we gotta go get this thing. Like it was like a mystery box, as they call it, like movie or show. Like we gotta go get this item on our quest to then go do something else. And it's like
To unlock the
this
next
isn't a
part of the
game.
quest.
Right? It's not a
Turn
game.
it
It's a
into
movie.
something.
In a game, that makes sense. Not in a movie. Like you need character development, a reason why these people are actually doing this, and not because like I got this thing. This is the lighter of doom. You
I
know,
got a
whatever.
question for that. How this leads into just like time, right? You can't. There's no substitute for time, right? To produce quality, right? You need time. How long, if you guys happen to know,
9
did it take
inches.
Peter Jackson to write the books?
36 years.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
J.R.R.
Tolkien?
Yeah, my bad.
I don't know. That is a good
Yeah,
question.
like Peter Jackson. I said it, and I was like, Peter Jackson writes books.
6 minutes.
And so I'll make a quick parallel while you Google it, right? Let's look at, fantasy lore. Let's look at Game of Thrones, right? How good were the seasons that followed George R.R. Martin's books, right? Fucking phenomenal, because he wrote those books over years and years and years. Then we leave the books, we have some half-ass writing, worst fucking season.
Yes,
ever
that's
made.
true.
So that's just what I'm trying to say.
It
12 years, dude.
took him 12 years to write,
You know how long it took to do Mandalorian?
and another 5 to
Not
get
fucking
published.
12
Wow.
years,
Yeah.
boys.
Imagine that. 5 years to get published. That means for 5 years, no one believed that those books would make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what it means.
But this was such a long time ago.
Oh no,
I
100%.
also
was
think
post-
12 years is a low estimate because he had those
Yeah, 'cause
stories in his mind.
Yeah, right,
Probably
right.
for like.
Also,
25
also,
You know
dude,
how long it takes to
Growing,
put that on
growing.
paper?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
compare that also
with no
to.
like computers really.
Yeah.
He's
Is it
probably on a
He
fucking
wrote
typewriter,
everything, yeah.
or he's chiseling.
No.
I think he did
Stone.
use a typewriter.
I think he's.
Oh, it might have been a quill.
No, he chiseled in stone.
Oh, okay, chiseling stone.
Compare that to George
Dead
R. R.
Sea
Martin
Scrolls.
too.
Right.
This guy's still not done. He's been.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say, right? And
Yeah.
It's been over 10 years since
Right.
the last, Game
Yeah.
of Thrones
Yeah.
He
book.
got famous and
Well,
he
then
got
Yeah,
some
it,
money,
it,
so now
it
he
got
doesn't
him
really
tied
have
up.
to finish.
Yeah.
If anyone's curious, Middle Earth is now doing Chinese delivery for the first time ever.
Well, thank God. I mean,
Austin Powers is bringing it
that
out
we could bring that.
with a side of curry.
So, Cap, I think we do one of these skits every year.
2023,
Man.
Middle Earth.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I like it. It's funny.
I mean,
the Halloween special.
listen, last year we got a lot of hits. Miss Rachel was super popular.
Yeah.
I still get texts to this day. Can you send me a picture of you as Miss Rachel? Like randomly,
From who? Miss Rachel?
Yeah.
pretty much with her
Let's-
with her
Mostly
barbell
from the
titties
FBI.
hanging out.
Let's change gear for a second and talk like Halloween because you've had some good ones in the past.
Yeah.
Mute him.
I think Kevin's that's not what kicked.
Kevin's
it off.
mom's got it going on.
What happened?
He's been doing quality costumes way
Oh,
before
yeah.
Kevin's
Yeah.
mom.
Yeah, I mean, I got
I
a lot
told
of
him
good ones.
Dumbledore was one of my favorites.
What was it that? But didn't we already decide what we're going to do next year?
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're thinking of
Yes,
Mel
I
Gibson.
like
All
that
the different
idea.
Mel Gibsons,
But I
yeah.
wanted to do the Robert
Yeah.
Redford meme.
I said I was
Okay.
gonna be Mel
He
Gibson
does-
Yes.
from Lethal
You
Weapon.
can do that too.
And Mikey Wife was
That's
gonna be
me,
Danny Glover.
Jamie's me. Whenever we wanted to drink,
It's
bro.
the best in the world.
So I think next year we do that. We do a whole bunch of Mel
Robert-
Gibsons.
Robert
You do
Beard.
Robert Redford,
I gotta do it.
and we'll listen to Mel in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell, yeah.
Yeah.
I have
All four,
so
boys.
many costumes I
All
want to
four.
like put out there. but
Dude,
it's
what's
just
some
like-
of them? Let's hear them.
God,
Bro, it's
great.
like never ending. Like I want to do Stone Cold again.
Yeah.
But ever since I went bald, I want to do like the real Stone Cold, like goatee, bald,
Yeah.
leather vest, like knee pads, the whole 9 yards.
Dude, did you buy this like outfit at like a XXX store or
So
something?
I bought this outfit.
It's ripped
like,
already.
Yeah, it's already ripped to shreds.
Listen, 3 weeks ago, I bought this off some website, right? They're like, yeah, we'll have it by Halloween.
Childrensplace.com.
I had no other choice, right? They're like, they go, click here for measurements. I'm like, perfect. So they're like, a 42 waist is XL. I'm a 38, 40 max. So I'm like, all right, 42. I'm going to be swimming in this thing. Shows up a week ago. I'm like, yeah, I don't need to try it on. It's good. So finally, I'm in the middle of selling my house also. So like, I have no time to even like wipe my ass. Finally, today, I'm like, oh shit, I should probably try this on. So I get in the house. I'm like, all right, try it on. Can't even get my sleeve in. Not one sleeve. I can't even get the thing over my body. I'm like, this is for a woman.
Yeah, it looks that way. Yeah.
That would make sense, yeah, because
So,
of the back and everything. Yeah.
I go in the kitchen, I get the scissor, I slit both sides completely up the side.
Nice.
Like if you
Also, it didn't rip. You actually cut it.
I had to slit it open.
This is strategy.
Slit it open. You can see that there. That's my
little
six
skin
pack.
for the. Yeah.
I had to slit it open. The only saving grace is this fucking large cape they sent to cover up everything. I had to cut a V out in the chest because my chest wouldn't fit in it. My chest would not fit in it. Cut that open. Put this little shoelace they sent. That little fucking, Ching Mang made.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Gandalf. Not PC.
His name's
Gandalf.
Leslie's little brother. I'm sorry. He made this for me. So now I get to tighten it up.
It's
and
hot, like
You know what?
Yeah.
Did you
We did
order it
good,
from
though.
Wish?
And
Like,
I'm
where did
also-
you get that?
I got it from not from
Shayne
Wish.
from Shayne.
I got it from Wyoming.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen, yeah.
Well,
Winning.
I'm also gonna win Best Actor for the Lord of the Rings remake.
No doubt about
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
No
yeah.
doubt about
And if
Next
you tighten it
Oscar.
up, it kind of like my chest
Oscar-worthy
kind of
performance,
disappears, but-
definitely.
You should post it on your.
Although I don't know, he's a straight white man. They're not going to.
Well, the funny thing for Skaggs and I, we got Hobbit's feet.
Oh, that's great.
And we
Is that a
both
disease?
ordered children's size
Yeah.
Hobbit's feet.
Yeah.
If you would have ordered Hobbit dicks, it would have fit.
Yes.
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 Correct.
With room.
Actually, they
with
would
extra room.
They would have been too big on us.
Yeah.
It would have fell
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
It would have been more hair than you could ever
Yeah.
grow on that puppy.
When I opened the bag and I saw this, I was like, "What the fuck is going? Like, how could like?"
we should make Jim wear that on his head.
Yeah. Like, how does a company like create a product and this is the final result and they're like, bang.
That's
They call
it.
Mikey.
That's it.
Got it.
I was gonna
We
say,
got
that's why
it,
you guys skinned
baby.
it off of Mikey's
I
head.
call Mikey and
Their-
they put some hair on it.
Their two and only orders were two different retards.
You know
for
what
the
I
bag
actually
of
bet
gifts.
that is? I bet that they have the license to make the Lord of the Rings stuff, so they just make garbage shit
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they have the
wants a
officially
hairy
branded
foot.
license. Now you could buy another foot
Yeah.
or
That's
whatever.
what it
that's
is,
not-
honestly.
yeah.
That's why, like, I think everyone here put their costumes together.
Yeah.
If you went to buy the official Lord of the Rings light
They suck.
Legolas,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
versus Gimli, it was a piece of crap.
They don't look
So
good.
my staff,
It looked horrible.
There's no fucking helmet
Yeah.
like that.
Right.
That like that quality.
No.
my
Yeah.
my Gandalf staff I wanted to buy on Amazon, $236 for the white staff from
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
Obviously
No, it's
not
worth
gonna
it, yeah.
The
happen.
helmet replica from the movie, $3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
making.
You might as well
Bargain.
dress as
Bargain.
like
Bargain out
eBay
there.
sells the like movie Ninja Turtle costumes for like $4,000, where you could be a real Ninja Turtle.
I was just trying
Like,
to find the flower
yeah.
crown
I'm
for
still
mine.
waiting for it to
like
show
from
up.
the
$4,000
actual
for a Ninja
movie. It
Turtle?
was like
Yeah, well,
$250
does it come with the powers?
for a
I'll
flower
let you know
crown.
it's in the mail.
Give me a shout
I was not
out.
doing it.
Well, let's Shane.
Yeah, let's
talk
shift
about
over to
Shane
Shane and
real
Danny,
quick.
please,
Yeah.
because I don't even know what
Let's talk
they
about this
are.
whole fucking
Yeah.
snack movie thing again.
Yeah.
Right from the
You
Rings
gotta
of
watch
Power.
the movie. You and Leslie just gotta get stoned.
So-
No, I heard if it
No, it's not
fucking
No,
scary.
freaked
you
him
can't
out.
judge it by
Listen
him.
to
He
him.
doesn't
He's-
watch horror.
Yeah.
Neither do I.
He's a horror movie pussy.
You
Listen,
look
they're
like
hobbits. They're pretty
Who
scared
are
of
you?
everything.
Danny,
so
who
give
are
them a
you?
break.
You look like Winnie the
Okay.
Pooh.
Okay.
Winnie the
So
Pooh.
the movie is Midsummer. It
Okay.
is a Swedish cult movie. I am the May Queen. He is my boyfriend that I sacrificed to the cult after I joined.
Because I cheated on her with.
It's
In a
Oh.
cult
I thought
ritual.
I thought that was a real story.
Yeah, I
you
was
were
like, wait,
telling.
this is a movie or real life?
No, I thought that was a real story she was telling. I was
I
like,
really
damn.
sacrificed him.
I was like, damn. Shane really loves Danny. He banged some bitch, and now he's a bear, and he's
yeah.
all good.
He banged a bear.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so
Bear
the
Bros.
That's
story.
a story. That's a story's opening. I'm banging a bear.
Could be real.
So
could be an actual
what
story.
it is I watched the movie on my own. I had the bright idea. Let's all get really high and watch the movie. He was petrified after. It's not even
It's
like
it's not that it's scary.
it was just
it's
like
not
it's
as
fucked up.
The
it's
mental,
not right. It's not a
mental-
scary film like
It's just
There's
supposed
no
to
jump
make-
scares. There's
Like
nothing like
it-
that.
like
There's no
It or
ghosts.
whatever,
It's
right?
just
Bit of a mind fuck.
it's
You know
it's
what, though? Like,
disturbing.
Netflix
Yeah.
puts out some bangers, like scary
Like,
shit.
it's-
It's about it's about
It's-
a cult and suicide
and basically this
killing
girl
people
loses her
and
entire family.
It's
Pretty freaky.
disturbing
is in a shit
shit.
relationship.
Yeah.
Perfect candidate to join a cult.
The movie starts off with a person killing themselves by starting their
With a
car.
She killed
in the,
herself
By
and her
doing a
entire
podcast
family
and,
by
like-
putting carbon
Yeah,
monoxide
killed her whole
in the
family,
whole
actually,
house.
yeah.
Like the Notebook so
Okay.
far. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Right.
What do you
So-
want?
the main character gets the call that her entire family is now dead.
Damn.
And her boyfriend that
been
wanted to break
waiting
up with
for
her
that
now
call.
can't break up with her because she just lost her entire family.
Oh no, put salt in that wound. Fuck that.
Yeah. I've been waiting for that call, but collect.
So Danny is said boyfriend.
Can we just spoil this whole thing? Spoiler warning. So the movie kind of ends with
So the movie
Shane's
ends.
character.
My character
Yeah.
becomes the May Queen, which is like the head princess of the Midsummer
in
Festival.
charge.
Okay,
And she has
So-
40 million
It's like that. It's
a
like that
lot
movie
more
with
flowers
Nicolas
than what I'm
Cage where
wearing
he
now.
gets burnt alive.
But
You see that
essentially,
one?
what it is at the end of the movie, the whole festival ends by a bunch of people sacrificing themselves.
Oh my God,
Already, all of the friends
that's a
that
Nicolas
were
Cage
brought
movie,
in killed throughout
The
the
Wicker
movie.
Man.
And my final choice is a random person from the cult,
Mark, that should
or
be your hammer, bro.
my boyfriend, to be put into this sacrificial thing. She picks the boyfriend, and what did they do? They put him in the body
Anal.
of a gutted bear.
It's more fucked up than that. They drug him too. So
Oh,
he
yeah,
can't
he was
move.
drugged.
Like he wakes up and he can't like move because
He
he's
can't
drugged,
move.
and he's wearing a bear's skin over
Literal.
him. And
He's
they
like
literally
shoved
they
into
put
a bear's
him,
body.
They
Like
put him,
Giant Six Bears.
What's
and
that?
then they put him in a
riot
Kinda, yeah,
costume?
kinda,
and then
yeah.
they put him in a temple,
But not as
and they
shocking
set
as
the
Jan Six,
temple
yeah.
on
Right.
fire.
Yeah, so he
And the
basically
movie
has
ends
to
with
sit
her
there,
crying,
yeah.
and then she's smiling because now she's found.
He has
her
to sit there
people.
as the building he's in is on fire and kills him, and like there's all their other friends are also sitting there
Dead
and
already.
They didn't know where they were either. Like you find out
These
now,
friends
like,
have just
the
gone missing
cults
throughout
killed
the
them
whole
all
time.
and like put their dead bodies in the chapel, and he's like now frozen. Can't he sees those friends all dead? He's wearing the skin of a bear, and the building's,
building's
on
just
fire,
on fire.
and it kills him. It is fucking disturbing.
That sounds like a pretty tough weekend, honestly.
Just
I
want to
don't know how you
add
come back
to
from that.
everybody in the cult. They try to feel each other's emotions. So I'm fire. Everybody else is on fire with me.
So
We're screaming.
everybody's screaming, and so is everybody else in the cult.
It's very disturbing. Don't recommend
so
anyone.
Lord of the
It was a
Rings.
good movie. I will
Yeah.
say
If you reach,
it is
Yeah.
visually a beautiful movie. Like
Yeah.
visually,
It was
it's bright
true.
and
It was
colorful.
amazing.
Anytime,
all of this is
anytime
happening.
this movie, creeps back into my nightmares, I tend to throw on the Shire ambiance music.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Shire lo-fi, and then we just, I relax. Yeah.
Dr. Pip.
Also, you don't want to be an old person in this cult because I believe once you
By
reach
the time you turn 72,
They throw
you
you
have
off
to
a
chuck
cliff.
yourself off a cliff.
Yep. And if
Nice.
you live,
They don't throw
Man,
you.
we're
They
gonna
chuck
fuck
you.
up this bar tonight.
Oh,
if
yeah.
You
live,
literally
Oh, yeah.
jump.
you get a warhammer.
It's gonna be a costume
And they
party,
smash
but
your
by the
head
end
if
of
you
the night,
survive
I'm
the
just
fall.
wearing a wig.
That's mercy,
Yeah.
at least.
It's just gonna be me
It's
and
actually
the
like an
wig.
actual thing. I forgot.
Side of a cliff, broken bones.
And
I don't know.
they
that's
felt
the
like that's
weird-
your cycle of life.
That's what they want to do in
age
real
you live
life,
to.
right? I mean, they just want people, dead.
Because
So-
they were just like,
I'm
people
gonna
You
live
vote
a
for
life.
Trump, they'll
Bye.
throw you off a cliff.
Security, no, that's
Actually,
what
want
it
to
is.
know why
Right.
72? Watch the movie.
I will
Yeah,
recommend the
baby.
movie. I do say watch the movie, just so you know.
It's not a bad.
I just watched Fear Street. That was pretty fun.
All three?
Yeah.
All three?
They were
Those
good.
were good movies. I made you watch those too.
The second one's my favorite.
Yeah, I like the second one the most.
Which Lord of the Rings is this from?
Sounds like fucking Ewan when she
Hello?
sings for her brother's death.
Every time I go to Captain's apartment, I come out of the elevator and I go,
He
hello?
just starts screaming. He doesn't knock on the door.
'Cause I don't know where
Hello?
the apartment is. I'm just like, hello?
Yeah, it is a confusing fucking place.
I've also,
I get lost every time.
You
I
guys
go
are
there.
just never sober when you show
I've
up.
also
That's
destroyed
right.
many parts of his apartment.
Nothing but
Yeah,
fools.
dude, I got a letter on my door the other day. When you please leave, don't slam your door. You knocked artwork off my wall.
Was it a,
Definitely you
was
just
it a wanted sign for me?
yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Please don't slam the door. You uppercutted the exit sign.
Let's not incriminate yourself here on YouTube, buddy. Yeah,
It was me.
There's been some crimes that have
much is
happened.
it
The
cost?
FBI, the FBI listens to this channel.
over
So.
there.
Yeah,
probably
they do.
a lot.
I also stole $30,000 worth of Apple laptops.
Right on the fifth day.
Yeah, let's go back to Lord of the Rings real quick. Did anybody actually? I know Brian watched it. Did you guys watch the Charge of the Rohirrim scene? But Tolkien is narrating it.
Absolutely fantastic.
You watch it? Did everybody watch it?
No.
Did you
I'm
see
looking
it?
forward.
That's
I think we're gonna watch that.
Was it on
right now.
Pornhub?
I'm looking forward to you actually sharing that
Oh,
video
yes.
you made with that
Yeah,
young woman on
with
Instagram.
the artist.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
who drew, or rather even painted, like the Charge
Yeah.
of the Rohirrim into like the hardcover book, and then you put the music over it.
Yeah.
Man,
Down the bench shape of the king sprang suddenly erect. Tall and proud he seemed again. And rising in his stirrups he cried in a loud voice more clear than any there had ever heard a mortal man achieve before. Arise, arise, riders of Theoden! Bell leads awake fire and slaughter. Spear shall be shaken, shield be splintered, sword day, red day, ere the sun rises. Ride now, ride now, ride to Gondor! That he seized a great horn, moved off the Danadera. And he blew such a blast upon it that it burst asunder. Straightway all the horns in the host were lifted up in music. And the blowing of the horns of Rohan in that hour was like a storm upon a plain, a thunder in the mountains. Ride now, ride now, ride to Gondor. Suddenly the king cried the snow mane, and the horse sprang away. Behind him his banner blew in the wind, the white horse of the field of green, but he outpaced it. After him thundered the knights of his house, but he was ever before them. Aylmer rode there, the white horse tail on his helm, floating his speed.
It was awesome.
I've been watching her. She does a lot of fantasy books, Harry
Very
Potter,
talented,
Lord of the
man.
Rings.
Very talented.
The detail she gets on the sides of these books, man,
How do you
is
even get to that level of detail on that? Because she's
fantastic.
Oh, did you see she?
Paintbrushes,
Did you see that she's
paintbrushes.
using like a clamp
Yes,
to hold it
to
down
keep the
tight?
pages together.
It's basically like it basically becomes
it's
hard
so
like a rock.
minuscule. That's the crazy part about it. The detail she gets, and a book is, you know,
Can I have
this
this?
thick.
Can I have this recipe?
So to get that detail is
How
crazy.
do I get hard
Very
like a
impressive.
rock?
Sorry to interrupt, but Chandler from Friends died.
What?
Matthew Perry?
It's okay.
Oh, no, he's
Yeah.
not that old.
So you should have turned around and did that right into the camera. Got your reaction.
All right, back to Lord of
Oh,
the Rings.
shucks. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was literally just on and I was
Do the Loki.
Pretty depressing.
Could you be any more dead?
Yeah.
Yes, very
54.
sad. All right, so anyway.
apparent drowning.
Substance abuse issues.
He did, yeah.
That still
He did,
sucks,
yeah.
though, dude. What the fuck?
Maybe.
He was too young, man.
He fought the Balrog and he fell.
Yeah.
Sources state he was found in a jacuzzi at an LA home after
Oh, he
police
was high
received a
and
call
drunk
reporting a
as
cardiac
fuck.
arrest. No drugs were on the scene. No
Bullshit.
obvious evidence of foul play.
So
The
no
drugs
one
weren't on the
told
scene
you.
'cause they were
That's how
inside
Luch is going to die tonight.
He could have had a heart attack. Could have had like a stroke, you know, and then just
drowned.
I don't know.
So no
there
one
was no
told
drugs
you
on the
you
scene
were
because they
gonna
were
forget
inside
to
of him.
breathe.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
that might be true.
I guess he was a fool.
You got in your hot
In a hot tub,
tub,
that's,
and now
that
you're
sounds
seeing
very
Jesus.
druggy to me.
Well, that sucks. I don't know what
Your
else to
friends
say.
told you
Shenandoah
you
or
might
bong,
forget
man,
to
that
breathe. But you might have worn swimmies and you would still be
Is this guy on a different
alive.
podcast?
Yeah, he's running his own
forget
show
to
this whole time.
breathe.
The rest of us are having conversations over here.
He's just singing.
Yeah, he's just
Forget
singing.
to breathe when the rain starts to
That
fall.
first death really affected this fucking
It
guy.
did.
He came back as Gandalf
I'll
the White,
be
but he's a
there
little
for
twisted.
you.
My lungs don't work at all.
Gandalf the fucked in the head. Yeah.
He died just now, though?
I don't
Could
know.
I
It just
breathe
popped up.
any less?
I don't know.
So that does.
Could I be wearing any more clothes?
So I'm gonna go back to the
I
spooky
be
stuff.
wearing
This year
a
has been
tuxedo
really
in a
big
box?
on horror movies. I am gonna say that.
So what came out that you liked?
Up on that.
Scream 6 came out.
Oh, well, that's a easy one for you.
Shut up. Yes. Saw X came out.
Good movie.
That
Didn't
one was
even know that
actually
came out.
Still making
very
Saw
good.
movies.
Saws?
Yeah.
This is the 10th Saw.
I feel like there's more than
It's
that.
them versus Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Now, for the title.
Hopefully there'll be a crossover and Dominic
Yeah.
Toretto will be stuck in a turbo. Just,
I want to see
Family!
and his challenger
gotta be
racing
Fast Saw.
Jigsaw
Yeah, on the
You
bike.
have 3 minutes.
Furious Saw.
Fast Saw.
flying,
Yeah.
like, you know.
Jigsaw has nitrous on his little
Yeah.
tricycle.
They're in the
Yeah.
Bifrost, and they're just, and that's how it ends. No one knows who wins.
Jigsaw makes someone cut off their arm and he's like,
Through the
family.
Bifrost
Yeah.
thing?
How else can you explain it? It's insane.
Heimdall's fucking
No,
put
but
his
when
sword.
Twisting friggin' knobs.
With Saw, it still feels like Saw. It doesn't feel
See,
like
the thing is
bullshit
with
or
Saw
anything.
X, it's a prequel.
Versus Fast
It
It takes place between 1 and 2.
oh, so now they're just adding stories to it.
Because
I just saw that. That's awesome.
You know what the caption should be?
That's pretty good.
Water? What are you
We had to do a
talking
couple
about?
takes of the falling because he fell the first
literally-
time and he was still just completely visible. Like I was like, let's try a different angle because this isn't working, buddy. He just falls and he's still
You need
just
an
there.
actual well. that he
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
Well, that would have been awesome. We could get rid of him too. Throw him
Yes.
down a fucking well.
Then he would have fucking poisoned the water.
Yeah.
Well,
Gandalf
I would just pick up
Next
and
time, throw yourself down there, Pelican.
Fool of a toad.
Talk to
coming
Me
out.
was another good movie.
I feel
It
like
just
you,
recently came out.
I feel like you and Leslie would like Five Nights at Freddy's coming out.
I
Oh,
want to see
I
that.
saw the trailer
feel
for
like
that.
you
I'm not
do.
I
against
need
that
to see
one.
it only for Josh Hutcherson and no other reason.
There's a Thanksgiving movie coming
That
out.
I don't know.
which
Oh, the
Oh
Pilgrim.
yes, there is a Thanksgiving
is
horror
the
the
movie.
Pilgrim or
first
something, right?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Like-
a horror movie, right?
Yeah.
That actually
Well,
looked
it's
pretty,
called Thanksgiving. It
looked
was
pretty
good.
freaky, though, yeah.
It was
Looked interesting, yeah.
But no, Talk to Me just recently came out, and that one was
More of a Charlie Brown
actually
Thanksgiving
really
kind of guy.
kind of fucked up to watch.
Okay.
I like horror.
Highly recommend it.
Great puppy.
It's like a possession movie,
Terrifying, you
but a
know?
metaphor for
You don't
drugs
know what's coming.
at the same time.
Interesting.
Who's the great puppy?
I don't
You
care.
like no
That's fine.
possession movies.
Mark, I can't believe you still have that on.
Yeah.
Here's a motorcycle I wear for like the first 5 minutes.
I have lost 20 pounds. In
right.
this That's why I'm wearing it. I'm trying to, Gimli's trying to cut down.
He's gonna move faster.
Us
at the bar.
dwarves, not natural sprinters.
He's getting ready
Dangerous
We're
and
wasted on cross country.
to sprint to Molly Donkers.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
right.
Dangerous and
Me,
short
him
distances.
And Daddy, not that. Me, him, and Ortiz are gonna run as fast
Yeah.
as we can out there.
You know what? That's something that Peter Jackson was fucking great at. He took the story and he very in like a very efficient manner injected humor into it where humor didn't exist.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those things were extra things.
Subtly.
Subtle
Yeah,
humor
so
that
true.
yeah, like it looks like meat's back on the menu,
Yeah.
boys. Like that's Tolkien didn't write that. There's a great meme. It's like, oh, that would mean that there must be restaurants in Mordor. It's like, how the fuck do
Are
the
there
orcs know
orc
what a
waiters?
menu is?
Yeah.
Are there orc waiters? Yes, like you just see an orc.
A civilized orc in a penguin suit. Like, here's your meat, sir.
Yeah.
Your grog, sir.
That's one of those things we were talking about before, where it's like, you could stretch things a little bit further, but that worked. It was funny. It's something we all remember. Yeah.
What about them legs?
They don't
Dude, this camera catching fucking Chris over here pouring a drink's fantastic.
Yeah, if anybody wants to come in and
your
just
king gandalf.
Trash Lord is
cameras
thirsty.
I got one. You ready?
Trash Lord needs a drink.
oh boy.
Yeah, they haven't seen
What do we say, Bud? What's going on?
What's up, baby?
What do we got? Are you a ring wraith?
Trill.
He's a dementor.
The Nas Trill.
That's cool.
The local librarian.
It's the local librarian.
We got Trill.
We also
From
have
Twitch.
Galadriel over there.
Now we have to, now we have to take the whole photo over again.
Condom.
Yeah.
Galadriel's managing social media accounts. Making
Yes.
sure that the
Oh, yeah,
elf.
yeah, wait,
I'm looking at pictures of
She's managing the fellowship social
Looking
media
at pictures.
account.
Looking at pictures of white dick.
The new elf children.
elf children.
Very nice, very nice.
The halflings.
How are those elves doing? You know what I read recently about elves is they typically only have one child. You know why? Because when they have a child, it takes away overall elf power from them.
Really?
Yeah. So, if
So
they-
children suck the life out of you.
One child.
I can't speak for the Chinese, but for the elves, that's
That's a
basically
population control.
So that's why basically no elves have more than
That's
one kid.
interesting.
Rivendell
They lose
has
some of their
one
power
child
to
policy.
create their
It's like
kid.
they lose some of that. It's not called power. It's like elf chi.
Yeah, they're life force. Isn't that
Yeah.
isn't that necklace basically like what's her name gives Aragorn? Arwen gives it to Aragorn, right? The necklace.
Well,
Like
that's
her.
strictly a movie thing. In the
Oh, it's a
books,
movie
that
thing
doesn't
only.
happen.
But it's supposed to be representative
In the
of like her
movies,
life force.
Apparently,
Yeah.
like giving that necklace was like her saying, "I want to be mortal with you."
Yeah.
Like giving her immortality for him because she loves him.
Yeah,
That's a strictly movie thing. She's still immortal in the books,
I see.
even though she chooses to stay with him.
I choose
So eventually, he's gonna die, and she's gonna.
Yes. Well, they flash forward
then
and
move
showed
on.
that.
Yeah, you see him with the gray hair.
And then she
everything.
became like an evil witch. You know?
But wasn't he like 500 years
Not that
old?
he became evil. She like was.
No, he's like 100.
You didn't
Yeah.
tell me you saw life.
In Lord of the Ring, excuse me, in Return of the King, I think Aragorn is like 80.
Well, they reference it in the
87,
extended versions.
87,
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Because of the Dunedain.
Best
that whole
looking
story.
82-year-old ever.
They have
I'd
some.
smash.
They have some elf blood, I think,
How long
Yes.
did the
in their
journey
Oh, yeah.
line.
take?
Yeah.
How long was the journey?
Like 70
actually?
years, right?
Like
70-something
80 or
years.
something?
Like in the book. Yeah.
The journey of
To
from-
Mordor?
And they
Journey
not
to
wanted,
Mordor,
they not
70-something.
once needed a haircut or a shave.
Return of the King.
Isn't it like a year or something?
In the movies, yes, but I think in the books
In
it's
the
like
books,
70-something
it's
years.
like over
No
50
way.
years.
I swear to God.
The journey from Rivendell to Mordor.
No, the whole journey.
Oh, the like.
Let's see. How long
It can't be that long.
does
No,
it
was
take
literally over
Frodo?
50
it's that
years. It
long.
was a long ass
I don't know.
time.
That seems so long.
I think it's a year.
168 days.
Yeah,
I was,
In the book.
it's half a year.
someone just said 70 years.
That's way off.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
I knew it wasn't.
I was gonna say because I know Aragorn's 80. He died at like
This is
I don't know, 160.
here. Let's do some fact checking for
Let's do
Middle
some
Earth.
math.
Technically, Frodo and Sam left the Shire on the morning of September 26th
So a
and
few weeks ago.
went into Mordor on the night of 13th of March. Each
Okay.
month in the Shire calendar has 30 days, so that'd be 168 days. As for the journey from Bag End to Mount Doom, that would add 15 days for a total of I can't see that.
So you're only about 9,000 days off.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't that long.
Close. I was close.
One thing I know about hobbits, they know how to get rings to volcanoes. They don't fucking know math. So,
Yeah.
They certainly don't know how to
They know how to
count.
cook. They know how to make second breakfast. Yeah.
Second breakfast and potatoes.
I was gonna say, like, no, it could be that long.
Hey, I'm not the big fan here, so people told me 7 years, and I just bought it.
Hey, who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Hey, for all I care, it could be 7.
Well, it is several years
I'm an elf.
since.
I'm not going
I'm an elf. What do I know?
Like, from the start
would
of
buy a
when
glass jar
Gandalf
dildo.
tells Frodo, "Hey,
told you
this
that.
is the fucking ring," until when
There's
he
time
comes
in
back,
between.
or what, there's like
Yeah.
4 years.
There's
That
time in
is
between.
actually a very long time. Yes.
Yes.
And in the movie,
Doesn't-
you don't realize.
Frodo's
Right.
just waiting
Yeah,
to
Frodo's
leave.
just sitting there like, what the fuck?
Right? Doesn't
He
Gandalf?
knows, and he's like, "What do I do?"
Gandalf goes to Minas Tirith to research
Yes.
Yeah, he goes
the
into
the
the
ring.
old
Like he wants to
script.
make sure is this the actual ring?
Right.
And he's looking through like the fucking scrolls
scriptures
in
and
the library,
symbols,
and he reads the whole story.
Yeah, he's-
That's I think in the extended version too, isn't it?
Yes. It is.
Yeah, yeah.
Extended
He
version.
says that only him and probably maybe Denethor have seen that actual paper that
Right.
he reads. That
Remember
proves-
then too. He brings it to Rivendell. They present it and they talk about it because like not everyone's even familiar with this concept or what this even is.
Well, even-
Right? Like it's almost like a
Gandalf
legend at
forgets.
that.
Even
Yeah, it's like a
Gandalf
legend at
knows
that
it.
point. Yeah.
Like, you know, like in the opening credits, how Galadriel's like narrating, and she's like, "It's been over 2,000 years." She's like, "What did she say?" She's like, "History turned into legend, and
Legend
into
myth,
and
right.
myth into like."
Things that shouldn't have
The
been
lore,
forgotten
whatever,
were
yeah.
lost.
were lost.
Liv
Yeah,
Tyler.
something like that.
Hmm?
Yeah.
That's Liv Tyler.
Let's go to the bar.
We will.
Tyler
We'll wrap
is,
it up here in a
is-
couple
is-
minutes.
Well, yeah,
I
so-
don't remember what her name is.
So what I was gonna say, I mean, since it's a Halloween episode, does anybody want to share Halloween costumes, memories, talk about Halloween, or we're just gonna continue?
This was a great
'Cause-
fucking memory we just
Yes.
made. We filmed
Yeah.
a scene from The Lord of the Rings, our favorite fucking movie that we're always quoting every time we get
Yes.
full conversations.
Because
in
if,
Middle Earth
if
thing.
we're gonna wrap up soon,
Marcy.
I mean, do we talk about the weed? Because you should be proud of what you
Well,
have
I want
done
to try
here.
it. I
Yeah.
mean,
Want to
that's
light
the
up?
way
Yeah,
Shire
I'm
fight.
I'm not gonna smoke it now because I want to go out to the bar. I don't want to be a
Yeah, let me
demented.
let me just
a
take
mentor
it.
from
Let me
No,
the
I
take
think
a
I
second.
think me and Gimli over here
ahead,
need
boys.
to
Take it from the
Let's
little.
go,
There's a
Sam.
little. There should be a little. Actually, no. You
small
can
one.
take it from that. It's fine. Take it from that.
Let
How
me
about
take
that
a second
jaw?
to give credit to
That's
Frodo.
fresh.
Yeah.
Right, of course, to Samwise, but to Frodo, who put together,
Got worked
who
most
literally sent us a Word document
Yes.
breaking down the scene
Yes.
so we can make a quality.
Danny,
item,
behind
and then is going to edit all of this
Oh, yeah.
tonight or
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
tonight.
and I'm gonna have
It'd be
quite
terrible
a
to
quite
listen.
a couple laughs.
And man, I gotta tell you, I'm very excited for the finished product.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gandalf had a lot.
Let's
of
give it
screen
up for the
time.
best actor,
Yeah.
Gandalf.
The only
yeah.
Mark, give me that
Can't
one.
take that away from you,
Yeah.
Gandalf. That was beautiful.
It's in there.
I'm really looking forward to seeing.
You
the finished
couldn't
product.
if you tried, Legolas.
There's a still image that we received just recently from Danny of you, and it
I
is
saw it.
hysterical.
It's quite
You're only
Quite
the
a
best actor because I didn't get to say nobody tosses a dwarf. That's the only reason. It was
Not the
it was
beard.
right out
So,
of the scene.
You say,
So, let's-
you say
let's-
salted pork?
Let's talk about this weed for a second. You
was a
just
fun
threw
process.
this into your
Is this old Toby?
garden.
Into your
Yes,
lungs.
old Toby.
Finest in
Yeah.
South Fairfield.
Yes.
the finest.
Went through the
in
garden.
South Connecticut.
But it went in the garden in April, I think, and here it is now.
Is
It's
this New
October.
Fairfield's
It's ready.
finest weed?
It's still drying, but it's ready. Yeah.
I can't wait.
And I cut it like high. I didn't cut it real down low, just because.
So I found out a thing that you should have been cutting it from the bottom because it's called second cut, and it's like way better stuff. It's
Second
way.
breakfast.
What do you mean?
Does he know about second cut?
So
he
from
knows
what I've been
about
learning
second cut.
is the stuff at the bottom of the plant is called second cut,
Dinner.
and
like the branches towards the bottom.
no, the buds towards the bottom. Apparently they're different than the buds towards the top.
Oh, I don't know. I cut everything. Every
Yeah.
single thing that was on there, I cut it up. What I'm saying is I didn't like trim it down to like the nugget. I left the leaves because the leaves had like crystallized shit on
Listen,
it. So I'm like,
fine.
that's the
Yeah,
THC,
that's
right?
smokable too, man. Yeah.
First time. You get props.
So the only problem though is like either this is going to be like amazing, and you're always going to be chasing it ever again, and like everything else is never going to meet up to your standards.
No, it's good.
Or we're all gonna
good.
die.
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah. It's good.
That's
good.
That's kind of a scary fate.
Yeah.
You think that's really
No.
gonna happen,
It's
Gandalf?
all right.
Because
This is
take Gandalf's word for stuff.
This is
I
the
fell through fire and water.
this is the Legion strain,
I've
but
come back as Gandalf the Green.
Yes, that's what they called me.
I was thinking we could name it like chicken poop weed because I used the compost from my chicken poop in the garden bed to grow
love
this.
that.
So.
I like the name. I just don't want to think of I don't wanna
chicken
think of
poop.
smoke. That's just me.
Nice.
That's just Legolas. You know.
If you sprinkle a little real chicken poop, it really makes the difference.
Yeah.
All right.
Share
Did you
the
fill me up,
load.
you fuck?
What?
Did you fill me up?
Yeah, I got it right here, man.
So give me it.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna no, we can share. I
He
thought you were
said,
gonna fill your own
"Gimli
up.
it."
I
Oh,
thought you
Gimli
had
it.
your own pipe.
Give me
Yeah,
that
yeah.
weed.
You're
Gimli
good,
it.
go ahead.
Samwise
share.
doesn't realize he's dealing with a stoner dwarf.
I think you
Yeah.
think
You damn like a dwarf.
do you think full pipes just
Smoke
pop
and
out
salted
of the
frog.
ground?
Let's just let people to think that this pipe's just
How's it?
pop out
Doesn't
of the
taste
ground.
bad. Tastes like
You
weed.
think we just
Smells
sprouts
like
out
weed.
of the ground?
No such thing as a
Lighter.
female dwarf.
I just hope I don't, convulse and shit my pants in a half hour.
You'll be all right.
On the flip side, I hope
David.
that does happen.
Yeah, me too. Samwise the shitter.
Are we smoking mithril?
I've
Doomed review.
been rewatching
Dude, that fucking the smoke came out the sides of your
in
fucking.
rewatching the Lord of the Rings. They talk about smoking marijuana all
I
throughout
love
the
it,
first
man.
one.
It's fun.
So I read about that as well, and there's a hot debate. Was the weed they referenced marijuana or was it tobacco?
No, I
And
think
a-
they said
Tobacco.
weed in the first one.
A lot of
They
people
say
say it's
weed.
tobacco because
It's
back
not-
then tobacco was weed.
It's not hallucinogenic.
Yeah.
It's more so a tobacco plant.
Correct. And
Lighter.
the fact that they use the word weed
Yeah.
nowadays, like, oh shit, they're smoking weed.
Yeah.
But it was technically tobacco.
I want it to
All
be
the
weed
Bronx kids
so
were like,
bad, but it's
"Dude!"
not.
Everyone's like, oh, fucking Gandalf, he's
Yeah.
fucking getting out. But honestly, it's weed.
I still like to think that they're smoking weed. Yeah.
Well, they play it off in the movie.
What do you
Remember
want?
when Sam and
Yes.
when Pippin and Merry are at Orthanc and they
Yes.
fucking
Yes,
defeat
they
Saruman?
raid his
In the
They're
movie,
hungry.
man, they're a little fucked up.
Yeah,
You
they're a
see
little-
their
and
eyes,
they get the
they're a
munchies
little
too.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think Peter Jackson was like,
He
hey,
knew.
listen,
enjoying a
I'm a
few
stomach
well-earned
Jackson. He knew-
comforts.
Yes.
he knew what he was doing.
Salted
You know.
pork.
Salted
Yeah.
pork.
How about
So have
in
you
the
smoked
towards?
this yet?
Yeah, it was good.
Well, even
It
Saruman
works.
says it to Gandalf.
Yeah.
Remember, he says
It's right in his
your
brain
love
or
of the
something.
halfling's
Flings.
leaf has clouded your
Yes.
mind.
Yes.
And that's not tobacco. That's
Right.
weed. That's
He said you're high as fuck.
and when he
Gandalf.
says that to Gandalf, Gandalf's like,
Give it to them over there.
Oh,
He
you
gets a little offended.
he's like,
Yeah.
fuck, he's right, bro. He's like, I gotta
It's
let
like,
off
yeah,
this
yeah.
shit.
I got
How
caught on
about,
the job,
do
smoking
you-
on the job?
Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember Mark? Do you remember towards the beginning of the movie when they're still figuring out the ring, and Gandalf is in Bag End by himself when he's found the ring,
sitting in front of the
and he's sitting,
Yeah,
he's
smoking.
smoking, and he's sitting in front of the fireplace, and Frodo walks in, and Gandalf turns to him, dude, and he looks
The
wrecked.
face.
He
The
looks
face he
wrecked.
gives, yes.
Yeah, like he's definitely.
At first, Frodo walks
definitely
in and he's
stoned.
like, precious.
Yes.
I think he's supposed to. They want to convey he's under
Deep
duress.
thought.
Yes,
Because
sure.
like
He
even when
needed that pipe.
Yeah, even when he sees like Bilbo disappear, I don't know if other rings can make you disappear. Maybe one or two of them can.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait a minute, he disappeared. He's like, precious, but it's been over 2,000 years.
Yeah, it
So he's
kinda
like,
hits him
kind of
then.
putting them together, but he's like, there's
Anybody else
no
want
way
this?
like
He's
that.
still a little scratching his head,
Yeah,
but
he's
he's
still
like,
a little fuzzy. He's like,
yeah.
And that's when he goes, he researches it, and he's like,
Yeah.
this ring will not melt in fire.
Yep.
You'll
Yep.
be able to see the script on it, and like,
God,
you know what's
they,
a great
they did
scene?
such a good job. in that
They
movie.
did.
It makes me excited. That's how good they did. that
Yep.
job.
You know what's great, dude? When Bilbo finally leaves the ring, when he goes
and
to walk
and
out
it
the door,
falls, and it's like
dude, it
heavy
falls
gravity
like-
works
Yes,
differently
It
on the
doesn't,
ring.
like,
It's like a
tingle
million
around.
pounds, dude. It just goes
Ding.
Dunk.
and it hit, and it
Yes.
just sits there. on
It
the
doesn't
floor.
bounce; it just
And
lands.
Gandalf
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
even pick it up. He uses
Doesn't-
the envelope, right?
Yes,
So,
he,
like,
he won't even touch it.
Doesn't
Yeah,
want
he's
to touch
afraid
it. He
to touch
knows,
it.
So
right?
good, so good.
If Gandalf were to get the ring, it would corrupt him, and it
He'd
would.
be
Ray
too
says he'd
powerful.
be powerful. You know,
Dude,
evil
Nerd of the
doer.
Rings also has a story on that. It's fantastic.
If
Yeah.
he would have taken it,
If he what would have
that's
happened
awesome.
and stuff like that, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. If Galagio got the
Oh,
ring,
I was gonna
say.
he plays out scenarios. They're not,
So funny enough, you just reminded
Plays
me.
them out.
You've been listening to this guy who tells you stories of outside of like what would happen. So
Yeah.
I just listened to a thing of what if Anakin won and Padme joined the dark side.
Ooh, that's
Same
interesting.
Yeah,
scenario.
and it's pretty good. Of like her, like they would still fuck over the
Rule the
Senate.
galaxy
yeah.
altogether.
Yeah,
Probably
like
be
the
the
Senate
most
would be
powerful
like
people
on
ever.
her side, and the galaxy would be ruled by him, and like it would be like it wouldn't be like a war or anything. Like
Did everybody watch Ahsoka or
No.
who was
I
going
have
to
Yeah.
not,
So
I have not.
good.
care about it being?
I heard it's good though.
They kind of tried to.
That's a chick with the long hair. Like
Yeah.
the black and
Did
white.
you guys
Yeah,
notice
that's
that
Anakin's
they
Padawan.
tried to really? It's actually applicable. They tried to
Anakin's
take a lot of
Padawan.
things
He-
from the Lord of the Rings.
She was trained by two people.
What do you mean?
Anakin and then someone else.
She-
that I won't.
Did you guys
bring up.
notice that when
Okay.
the third or fourth episode, I think maybe it's the third episode, when she fights Balin and she falls and then she comes back
Yes.
wearing all
Yeah,
white.
when
They
Aragorn-
just
yeah,
ripped
yeah,
off
yes.
Gandalf.
Is it Balin Greyjoy? Is that who she fights?
No, that'd be awesome.
Sorry.
You're right. about
Even
that.
at the end,
I didn't
they,
notice it. You're right.
Even at the end, when Balin's like
Probably
going to
listen
some
to
place
that.
that's calling to him, it looks like fucking Mordor
Yeah.
that he's going to
Yeah.
essentially. Like there was a lot of themes they tried to take from the Lord of the Rings. And
I feel like
put
it's
it in
hard
there.
to get away from it because Tolkien was one of the first.
Yeah.
He almost
Set
created
the
fantasy
genre.
lore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, he
he
did.
started that genre on the
whole,
move.
The tropes.
Everything is affected by it, even a sci-fi drama like Star Wars. It's the same type of thing, just in a more futuristic
go to the bar.
world. Really.
Yes, sir.
I hear Star Wars took, and you're a big Star Wars guy. Star Wars took a lot from Dune.
Shut up, Lego tape.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
Dune was before
Yeah.
Star
Dune,
Wars.
yeah.
Yes.
Pretty sick.
I liked Dune.
Yeah,
I
I
did
liked
like
it a
Dune.
lot,
And
yeah.
the second part's
Never
coming
saw
out
it. I
soon.
gotta
Can't
watch
wait,
I liked
dude.
it. It
Can't
was
wait.
it was different. It's kind of like a mix between Game of Thrones and like Star Wars. Their houses, there are.
There's like
Their
a feudal
houses,
thing going
it's
on?
in space.
Yeah, it's a feudal thing. Yeah.
What is it? Arrakis is kind of like
I didn't
the
see
sand
Dune yet,
planet in
so-
Star Wars.
Oh,
Fucking,
Tatooine?
Tatooine. Like there's a lot of things that are similar.
I want to read the book of Dune
Yeah.
first because that's where
Yeah,
apparently
original, and that's
Lucas
old.
stole
Yeah.
some shit from
Yes.
that
Yes,
actual
yeah.
book, right?
Yeah.
All right, so
So-
people, Gandalf wants to go to the bar.
Yeah, we should
I
wrap
think we
this up.
should listen
We're
to
almost,
Gandalf.
We're almost about an
Gandalf's
hour
out of
in.
his
So
goddamn mind.
Yeah.
We should probably listen to him.
this was a pretty
we
deranged.
got to go
Halloween,
drop
yeah.
the ring in the keg.
Born now, you shall not podcast.
What are we dropping? The ring in the keg? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Hey, whatever it takes.
Imagine how the keg just explodes.
Yeah. And all the beer turns black.
This was a pretty deranged Halloween special. I
Yes,
have
it
to
was.
say.
I
It was
enjoyed
fun.
it.
We did the it was fun. We
Friggin'
did
Halloween, you know?
Yeah.
Come on, let's go ruin people's lives.
What do you
Yeah.
want?
All right. Sign us off, Cap. Let's go.
All right, Doom Nation, thank you guys for joining us in the shack in the Shire, listening to the two
In the
doomed
Shire.
to the Two Doomed Hobbits podcast. It's been our Halloween special. Thank you guys all for coming. Thank you guys for dressing up. Thank you guys for participating. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. See you next week.